Hello, my name's Kevin. You're watching Leatherneck Prepper. I had a whole video on this thing, and it took so dadburn long for me just to break the op rod loose. I cut the video short and just went ahead and took it apart and cleaned it. This is my M14. It's a Marine Corps designation. It used to be the military designation across the board. However, Springfield designation for it for the civilian model is the M1A. This here is the 16 and 1/4 inch version, what they call the SOCOM or the tanker variant. I like this one. I fell in love with it simply because of the wooden stock. That's more or less the only reason why I got this one. Had I known the other variants that they had, I would have got the one that had the Picatinny rail on top. And if I'd known they were going to discontinue it, I would have, not that model, but this particular upper handguard, I would have purchased one already to install on here because I do want that so I could put a holographic sight on it, but unfortunately I don't. So I took it out and zeroed it the other day, and I got a real good battle zero on it. Out between 200 250 yards, you're going to hit a man-sized target with ease. I haven't adjusted my elevation knob yet, but I want to do that here in a little while. But what prompted me to strip it back apart and work on cleaning it up again was the wheel bearing grease I've been using for many years. Used to be red, now it's black. I don't know what's happened with it. It got super thick. It's almost like it was drying up, and it didn't feel right. Even when I was putting it on, it didn't feel like wheel bearing grease normally does. So I decided to go ahead and strip the sucker back down, put a little bit of white lithium grease on it, and that's actually what I've done. I've got some Lucas white lithium grease. I couldn't find any of the stuff that Springfield uses, and I wasn't going to wait 3 weeks to get something from SIG. So, because SIG also uses a white lithium grease that I trust, I just don't have any more right now. So I stripped it down, and I'm going to go ahead and start lubricating this thing back up. There are some parts that you want to use a thin weight oil, and some parts that you're going to want to use a thicker grease on. The thinner weight oil in areas like here, light on it there, your pins. Your thicker weight you're going to put along in here. I forget what they call those. I think it's claw. I don't shoot this that often. I've only had it out the range a couple of times. So anyhow, where you're going to want to lubricate is with your grease is, be a little bit better light on it, down in here, all through here. You're going to want to lubricate in this channel and this channel here. Basically any place you see wear. This is your bolt. Any place that you're going to see any wear, any markings, that's where you're going to want to put a decent amount of lubrication. I mean, it's not difficult to do. I just take a small bead and maybe run my finger across it. Something else that I've done that I want to show you guys, see if I can get it on video. You can see here where I took a crayon. I know, Marine Corps veterans, yeah, and their crayons. I just scraped across it, and it highlighted that sucker out really well. You can also see the windage, or not the windage, the elevation where I went through with that. Crayon worked great. Very happy about my crayons. Laugh all you want, make all the jokes you want. So let's go ahead and get back to putting a little bit of grease in here. This is not exactly the perfect applicator, so we're going to see what happens here. I'm not sure how well this is going to work. I don't want to go crazy with it. Yeah, I think that's about enough. It's probably a little bit too much. I don't think I can get in there with my finger. Oh yeah, I can. That's about right, actually. That's just about right. Let me get down in here. Can y'all see? You're not going to get all of it down in here, but I'm going to put my finger, put some on my finger and get down in here. Oh yeah. And then flip this puppy over, get down in here, get down in here, grab some of that off, move over in here. It doesn't have to be crazy amounts, but you want enough to where the sucker's going to stay good and lubricated. These things are meant to be lubricated, but you don't want it slinging this crap off while you're out shooting as well. So you got there, and I don't see any other wear areas. Get down in here. There we go. And now it's the same way with your op rod, which I'll get to in a minute after I put my whatchamacallit back in, my bolt. Get this on video. I'm not going crazy with it, just enough. It looks like there's a lot, but there's really not. Put some on here. Get your locking bolt here. Make sure y'all can see all of this. Any place it shows any wear, that's what you're going to want to put some. And I might have gone a little bit too heavy. Oh, by the way, I wanted to make mention that yeah, I am on my washing machine again, because this is where I like doing this. It's the perfect height. It's just a little bit over my waist, and I don't have to bend down, stoop down. So I had a subscriber make a grandiose exit, which I just love those. Not because the content of the video, not because the quality of the video, that he didn't get something out of it, only because I was doing it on my washing machine. Wow. If you don't like what I have to say, you don't find value in it, fine. But only because it's on my washing machine? Really? Anyhow, let me get off my soapbox. This is a pain in the backside to put in, and you can't force it in. You just have to get it at the right angle and line this puppy up just right. Make sure it's on video. Yeah. So remember that. You go in at the angle and get in just the perfect spot. And now see, any other time I would have got this sucker in the first try, but no, because I'm doing it on video, it doesn't want to cooperate. It might have something to do with that. Let me see if I can flip it up here. Guys, I think I went a little bit overboard on this grease, and that's fine. But you can't force it. Just remember that. If you do have one of these, you absolutely cannot force it. It'll get wedged in there, and then you're going to have a real issue getting it out. Nope, that ain't it. I don't remember having to do it like that the last time I did this. The last time I put this puppy in, it went right in, no issues. There we go. See what I mean? It's all about holding your tongue just right, getting just the perfect angle, and getting it to align up. That's all it's about. And you push it to its furthest rearward amount, as far back as it can go. Wipe your fingers off. I normally would use, when I'm using grease like this, I'll use a can't think what it's called now, but I'll use it anyhow. Okay, so we've got that in. Now we're going to lubricate the op rod. And I'm sorry if this video is a little bit long, but it takes a little bit of time to show you how to do this properly. Just a little bit. And as it goes, it will spread around, guys. So keep that in mind. It's going to do its thing. And you're going to want to put a little bit here If I'm getting off video on this, guys, it's because this sucker's an oddball angle. I can't really look at the video. I'm contemplating buying an actual camera and quit using my phone to do this. Y'all tell me what y'all think. And then put a little bit on your piston here. I've got plenty still on my finger. So remember, guys, this is also going to, as it heats up, it's going to spread out a little bit. So you align it back up for your hole here, and let me show you this. You have to get this little ball right here. Forgive me for not having my crayon here to show you. Have to get that little ball bearing lined up in here. Alright. And once again, you cannot force it. It just has to go on its own. That's why you align this sucker up at its most rearward. You have to get this thing in perfectly so that it will work. And you see, I don't have it in all the way. I got something wrong. So pull it back out, and we see. There we go. Now, what's the matter? I had the same problem the last time. Aha! Verify the drop rod worked. See, I've got a little bit too much of that grease in there, and I'm probably going to come back and wipe some of that off. Just because I can. You see what it's doing. Now we come by and put a little bit of grease here. So, means I've never used this type before. This is a learning experience. Just enough. Just enough to take you to your happy place. And live in that happy place with your happy little gun, your happy little spring. Alrighty. Now let's take this, your main spring, push that sucker in, take your rod, put that sucker in, flip this puppy up. Remember, you got your little digit right here. Needs to be all the way out. Be careful compressing this spring. Why, you ask? Well, I like to do it like this. I know I'm muzzling myself. Get over yourself. I don't really care. If this gun can hurt me right now, something's wrong. Pull it all the way out. Lock your spring in. Uh-oh. That's why I like doing it like that. And there's that puppy way down there. Give me just a second. I've got a tool just for that. As soon as I can find it. Because I drop stuff down there all the time. And I'm not finding my tool. Well, that sucks. Okay, we'll do it like this. Now, because I dropped it there, you may have some crap down behind your dryer. I'm sure everybody does. Clean the part off before you try to install it again. And then put more lubricant on it. So all I'm going to do is take this right here, get just a tad bit on my finger. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Like I said, as this stuff gets warm, it's going to spread. I have used not this grease, but I've used plenty of grease to do this before. It's all about getting it lined up proper. And I didn't have it lined up. And that's my fault. And then I didn't keep enough tension on it when I undid it. Now, you get this puppy in here, and there you go. what I did is, let me wipe my fingers clean. What I did is I didn't have this little divot right there facing upward. That's what I did. I didn't catch it when I first did it. So now we got that back together. Check movement. Actually feels better than what it did before. And grab our stock. I don't want no beauty queen, I just want my M14. Oh yeah, blood and guts everywhere. Even got it in my hair. Hey, right. This puppy up. And she should just go straight back in. Now, where it gets a little bit on the fun side, is putting your trigger pack back in. So, sometimes they don't always want to go in quite easily. That's okay in our happy little world. There we go. Now let's see here. I'll line you up. And you still don't want to cooperate. That's the only bad thing about having your sling still attached. Alright, so now that it's in, push sharply down. It'll lock in place. Check function once again. Yeah, guys, I say I got a little bit too much grease, and that's okay. That's what they make cotton pads for. That's what they make cotton pads for. And trust me, I'll find out real quick when I take it back out to the range and it heats up and it starts slinging this stuff everywhere. I'll find out. So, better to have too much than not enough and have the sucker run dry and then not want to fire properly. Give you all kinds of malfunctions. So that's taken quite a bit out, and I'm happy with that. Once again, try function on video. And wipe the lithium off the top here. Check function. Check trigger. Oh, sorry. Oh, safety. I'm ass. Hey, here we go. You heard her hit. Sorry this is a longer video, but hey, it's what happens when you're trying to show everything. Hope you guys got something out of it.